Hi, everybody. Welcome to a small business interview. Today, I have with me Sophia Maroon, founder and CEO of Dress It Up Dressings, where they make luxurious salad dressings with simple whole ingredients, vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free. It's a pleasure to have you here today, Sophia.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the story behind Dress It Up Dressings?
Sure. So salad dressing is something that I've been making for my family since I started cooking for my family because I couldn't find a salad dressing that used ingredients that I liked. But fortunately, my mother had given me a recipe when I left for college that was plain and simple, just a vinaigrette that used olive oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. And I continued to make that for my family just because I couldn't find one that I liked. Um, and about 8 years ago, I was trying to figure out what to do. I wanted to work, but I had three children under the age of 10, and finding a job that had flexibility and sort of fit with my schedule was hard. I had been a filmmaker, and filmmaking is a wonderful career, except the hours are kind of rough. And so my brother dared me. He said, "Your salad dressing's so good you could sell it." And with that dare, in an effort to prove him wrong, I'm running a salad dressing company 8 years later. But I started by giving salad dressing to friends and family and saying, "What do you think?" And they encouraged me by asking for more and then buying it. And I was running a little bit of a black market salad dressing company out of my basement when somebody from Whole Foods tried the dressing and said, "We don't sell anything like this, and we should." And so they said, "If you can make this properly, we'll put it on our shelves." And with that, it's like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to make salad dressing properly. And they put it in one store in November of 2012. And 3 months later, we were in 14 stores. And it's just grown and grown and grown. And it's like they say that entrepreneurship is learning how to fly a plane while building it. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. I saw on your website that you have like your whole family and friends involved. I think you mentioned that the artist is a friend of yours, and like what's her name, Inslee Ferris.
Yeah,
And your sister is also a graphic designer. Your dad's the photographer, right?
right. So the bottles, like the whole thing is a sort of a homemade adventure. The when I first was going to start the company, I had a dinner party to name it, and I had 8 people over and sort of said, "This is what I'm thinking of doing, and what do you think?" And we had a big boozy dinner, and at the end of it, we came up with the name Dress It Up Dressing, because that's what you're doing. You're taking something that's already pretty delicious, but you're just dressing it up. It's just an accent. And then for our bottles, the women on our bottles are actually drawn by Inslee Ferris, and Inslee is a really successful fashion illustrator. But I babysat Inslee when she was a little girl. And so when I first was thinking of Dress It Up, I thought, all right, we'll have these women on it that are going to be wearing vegetables, and I'll have Inslee draw them. And so she gives me a watercolor of just a sort of a figure, and then we make all the clothing out of vegetables and photographs of fruits and vegetables that my dad took um, back in the 80s for a cookbook. And so it's like I joke that it's my brother's idea. My sister does the design, my father does the photography. It's my mother's recipe originally, and then we got Inslee involved, and it's sort of like the stone soup of salad dressing. Just everybody brought their little part.
That's so cool to hear. So it makes it so much more personal that way. Also, your dressings kind of they work around a few core values. Did you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it was really important to me that first of all, that the salad dressing be just plain simple and authentic, right? So salad dressing, typically you always hear how it's the least healthy part of your salad. And I thought it doesn't have to be that way. It's unhealthy because they're trying to make it kind of they're trying to disguise the vegetables rather than enhance them. And if you just use plain simple ingredients, so olive oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic, Um, we don't dilute it with water, so we don't need to thicken it up with xanthan gum. We don't need to add sugar for flavor. And all of these shortcuts you find in almost every other salad dressing. And so I wanted the dressing to be kind of pure and just the real thing. And I also wanted the company to reflect those same values. So I wanted the company to be, first of all, sustainable. Like our impact on the environment is really important to me, just because that's important to me in my general life. I wanted to offer jobs to people who had a hard time finding jobs, because I started the company as an out of work mother of three, and I've had a really hard time finding a job that could accommodate my schedule. And I know there are a lot of other people that are like that too, that just, they have competing priorities of family and the desire to work or the need to work. And so we were going to offer flexible hours so that we could employ people on their terms, not on our terms. And that we were going to be members of our community and act almost like an individual would act in the community. So that we partnered early on, we partnered with the local public schools, because healthy eating habits start early, and children, like, they love vegetables. They just, sometimes you just need to make them more appealing. And so we said, we'll give you all of the salad dressing you need at cost if you'll serve fruits and vegetables. And so they did that at DC public schools and found that consumption of the vegetables went up when they used our dressings. And that just motivated us to do more. And so I think that, like, those core values of sort of sustainability, responsibility, and making choices that reflect, what our impact is, have always been really important to me personally. And I love that we can reflect them in the brand too.
It's awesome to hear that you can get those kids to eat their veggies and
Right?
that the vegetable consumption went up. So I'm going to share my screen to your website. I know we can purchase through your shop. Let's see. There it is. Dressed up dressings. So we can buy from you online, right, in your shop. And this is, I guess, we can just look at the art and everything too.
Yeah.
So,
Those pretty girls.
yeah, so you have all the different dressings here. And so what's if we're gonna order from here, what's the shipping like? Do you have like a minimum order? And yeah, how does it all work?
Yeah, so you can order, we do have, it's standard flat rate shipping of $10. And so I recommend buying more than one bottle, because that way you're not paying more for shipping than you are for the bottle. And I think we have free shipping over $29. That number shifts, but all of our dressings are shelf stable. So they have about a 2-year shelf life. One of the benefits of not adding all that sugar and water is that it actually extends the shelf life of the product. So we ship nationwide, and we have a sample pack of our 4 bestsellers, which gives you a taste of our vinaigrettes, which are the red wine, and the champagne, which are 2 best-selling vinaigrettes. And then the Caesar, which is a vegetarian Caesar. It doesn't have anchovies in it, but it's got real Parmesan, and it's chia based, so not creamy. And I mean, it's still creamy, but it doesn't have cream and all the unhealthy ingredients that you usually find in a Caesar. And then the sesame tahini on the far left is our award winner. It's won the 2 biggest awards in food, sort of the Oscars and the Sundance of food. And it's my favorite because you can use it as a salad dressing, but you can also cook with it. And honestly, everything tastes better with the sesame tahini.
That sounds good. And you can see the fashion and graphic design here with the carrots, right? And the illustration on top. That's really cute.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, like, so her dress, it's carrots at the bottom, but then the top is an onion, and she's got a watermelon radish on her belt, and her bracelets are all garlic scapes. So she has garlic scapes crawling up her arms.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's gorgeous.
And are you at any farmers markets at the moment?
No, we were not this year. I mean, because of COVID. So the retailers that carry Dress It Up, you can find them at all the Whole Foods in the Mid-Atlantic area, as well as Giant. We are going to be available at Lowe's and the grocery chain in North and South Carolina, sprouts starting in the spring, and on the West Coast, Erewhon, Byrite. Uh, those are the two big ones I know of in LA and San Francisco. So we've got like on our website, we have all the stores that carry Dress It Up. It's sort of a list that's growing every day, I'm happy to say. So
Oh,
so
great. That's here.
there, yeah, but also just e-com. I mean, we'll send it right to your door.
Yeah, why not? Especially if you have like free shipping over a certain amount and you can stock up and they're shelf stable. But once you open it, right, you gotta store it in the fridge for like a month or.
Well, actually, the vinaigrettes don't need to be stored in the fridge. So they
Oh, wow.
better at room temperature, just because the olive oil solidifies when you put it in the fridge.
Oh,
Um,
that makes sense.
and it will last like up to 6 months just at room temperature. And the dressings, which are the Caesar and the sesame tahini, those should be refrigerated. And they'll
Uh,
last several months in the refrigerator.
oh, that's still a really long time. So yeah, there's no reason not to stock up, right?
Right. Well, there's a lot of vinegar in there. So vinegar, preserves.
That makes sense. And
You just flung by the little packets, which I was going to
oh
say.
yeah, let's look at that.
We launched the packets with terrible timing in February of this year because they were supposed to be perfect for the grab and go lifestyle that ceased to exist about
All right.
after we put those on the market. But these were like they're great for just I take one in my bag because that way I can always grab a snack and have something that's good. I take them on camping trips when I traveled. They were super for traveling or putting in lunch. The idea is that you could just keep them in your desk drawer and pack a salad or a sandwich and dress it up.
I mean, yeah, it's really convenient, and I mean the single serving packets can still be very good in a sense that like if you were meeting up with somebody, you just wanted to give them some dressing and not share it. It's like it's like your own single serve thing. So it's a cute idea, and it's like a little bottle shape too.
I love the design of those. But yeah, that was the idea is that, you could just take them on the go wherever you went. But also a great way to just hand one off to a friend and say, hey, have you tried this?
Yeah, yeah, and you also have a little section here for recipes. It's on your website. It's also on your social media, which I have on top here.
Yep.
Yep.
We're adding to those recipes every day.
Yeah, and it's cool because like you show how your dressings can be used for more than just salad. So you have like sauces and even protein. It's really creative, and there's 17 pages of it. So yeah, I mean, I guess. What would be your like favorite way to use the dressing, I guess?
So you're close to it. This salmon recipe is actually one of my go-tos for a weekday night when I need to cook and I don't want to cook, because the ingredients in our dressings are almost the same as what you'd put in a marinade. And so for the salmon, I'll just drizzle like a tablespoon of champagne vinaigrette on top of the salmon fillet and a spoonful of brown sugar and broil it for 5 minutes. And you can serve it with salsa like we did here, or you can serve it with pesto, and it's heavenly. It's like it gets, it's like candied. And so that is my easy go-to. I think that one of the things that I've loved, and like I'm not a chef. I don't pretend to be a chef. I'm sort of I'm a, a hassled mom who has 3 really hungry people in her house all the time. But one of the things that I've really noticed more once I started Dress It Up was that like so often you can just, if you have a dressing that you know and love, you can explore with new vegetables, cut them up a different way. I think you showed a picture of the watermelon radishes, which was the pink salad. And that's such a great one because that's just a radish sliced super thin so that it has the same texture and consistency as lettuce, except so it's a salad, but it's made out of it's not made out of leaves, it's made out of the radishes. And then I put loads and loads of mint on it too. And so I think that one of the things I like is that it just gives you the freedom to explore different things and to try something out because you know that with the right dressing, like anything will taste good, almost anything. So so just like the versatility is the thing that I wasn't aware of until I then started playing around because I had a reason to play around.
This is cool. It does kind of look like these when you thinly shave it. And hey, Valentine's Day is coming up, so if you wanted like a pink salad, you can use a watermelon radish, right?
Right? Nothing says I love you like I want you to live forever. So be healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy. It doesn't have to be chocolates all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
and
put chocolate dressing actually early on. We had a chocolate vinaigrette that was so good, but the world was not yet ready for chocolate salad dressing. So
oh,
it did
really? That's
well.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Like
think.
sweet?
Pardon me.
Is it like a sweet dressing or is it just like a savory cocoa dressing?
Yeah, it was like a mole, right? So it was all the chocolate except for the sugar, so that when you put it on a salad that then had like my favorite way to do it was with spinach and strawberries, so that the strawberries would add the sweetness, and then that would really bring out the chocolate flavor.
That's
But
so interesting.
I've got to put it on the website again, and just we can do limited batches because it was so good. But it
Maybe for a Valentine's Day thing, because it's like a healthy chocolate alternative.
it is, and it's oh, it was so good.
That's so creative. Yeah, and you have your social media pages here where you do post updates, and I saw some like yeah, little giveaways and kind of like a little kitchen tour where you show how you uh, seal up your little packets. So pretty cool. Kind of behind the scenes of how to make, and also recipes, I guess, how to make salads and different recipes. So it's really cool to follow, and you also have your Instagram here.
Yeah, the
It's
true
really pretty.
operations of a small business. They're my
Yeah,
mother.
very awesome. And then so yeah, and so the website, just so everyone can see up here, is dressedupdressing.com. Pretty straightforward, or I guess you can also Google them and they'll show up. Yeah, Sophia, it's a pleasure to have you here today to hear all about your story, and how, your family business and how you're making vegetables, more like dressing it up, kind of like fancy fashion kind of thing, making it very luxurious. Thanks for your story and everything. Stop sharing my screen.
Sure, it's my pleasure. I sort of joke that it's like Cinderella's fairy godmother who comes and she dresses your salad up in the wave of her magic wand because it's just that easy.
Yeah. Well, when you with the right dressing too, especially since yours has like very recognizable ingredients without, like you said, without the xanthan gum. It's homemade, it's fresh, and the great thing about it is that it has a great shelf life. So yeah, it was great having you here today.
Thank you. Thanks, Fox, and thanks for taking the time to hear a little bit about Dress It Up.
Yeah, and we look forward to trying your dressing.
Please do. And I have, if you want, I can actually we'll put a coupon code together, if that's helpful, and then give people 10% off on any purchase that they make.
Oh, that's definitely something we could work on for sure. Yeah.
Okay, it sounds great.
All
Thank
right, cool. And thanks everyone for tuning into a small business interview today. We'll see you next time. Bye.